La da 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 da. I gotta fix my camera. I wanted it the long way, but I guess I gotta do it this way. What's the deal, collective? So I came on here to tap into my energy because I feel some weird shit going on. I'm not even gonna say what it is. We're gonna see if it comes out. Right? So, yeah, I feel like there's some funny business going around in my energy. So we're going to tap in to see if what I'm feeling or who is the people that I'm feeling it is, if they're going to come out on the table. So, angels, ancestors, spirits of the divine white light, I call upon you tonight to provide me with some insights. What is going on in my energy this evening on this first quarter moon cycle? What I'm going to start with, let's see. Okay, let's get straight to the business. Who is my chair going down? I feel like my chair is going down. Because it was. Who's in my energy, spirit? What's going on in my energy? Who's playing around in my energy tonight? Current timeline, current energy. Who is playing in my energy this evening on this first quarter moon cycle of October? Who is playing in my energy, spirit? Who is playing a false flame? A false flame don't necessarily have to be somebody that I'm in a romantic connection with. Who is this false flame? Somebody that's a part of a gang, society, club, organization. Some type of father figure. Twin flame in the reverse. Anybody else? Ex-girlfriend fell on the floor. School or work associate. I'm gonna pick the card up in a second. So the cards that came out, how many cards I got out so far? 2, 4, 6. Let me get 2 more. Anybody else? A landlord. One more. Who else is in my energy? Nobody else is coming out. So nobody else is coming out right now. So we got a false flame that's a part of some type of gang, club, society, mob, organization. This is some type of father figure, twin flame in the reverse, and their ex-girlfriend. School or work associates, landlord. That's what's coming out. Karmic, as I split the deck. A karmic landlord. I just took it out so I can have the eight cards. And then we got a karmic family. Aunt behind that. So this is a karmic family. That's in my energy. Crazy energy vampires as I move the deck. So I got a karmic family that are crazy energy vampires in my energy. Wow. The next door neighbor. Why? They coming out a lot lately. As seen on TV. Evidence is found. False advertisement. Womb magic. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I came on live, this is not the neighbor who I thought was going to come out. Honestly, I mean, they might come out as well the more I keep going, but honestly, this is not the neighbor that I thought was going to come out in this reading. I knew there was going to be a neighbor card that came out, but I did not expect it to be the next door neighbor. To be honest with you. Because when I said I felt some funny business, the funny business wasn't coming from next door. The funny business was coming from upstairs. Motherfuckers is pacing around the apartment. They nervous. Upstairs, they're nervous. And they're fucking pacing around and around. Literally, I can hear it. This nigga's pacing. What was? Because as soon as I started this reading, they stopped. But pacing around the apartment. Pacing around the apartment. But around the living room and the kitchen area. Wasn't going to the room. Just pacing around. Back and forth. So I'm like, either they doing something. Spell work, or they're nervous. So honestly, to be honest with you, that's not who I thought was going to come out. But we're going to keep on going because I said to let me know who's in my energy tonight. And it's coming out that the next door neighbor is in my energy. So we're going to put it as past or present. They all about to meet the coroner. These crazy energy vampires about to meet the coroner. This false flame, crazy energy vampire, the next door, is a part of a gang. You know what's fucking crazy? That's the truth, though. From what presented to me in my eyes since I've been here, that's what I assume, that he's a part of a gang. And that is my next door neighbor. But anyway, let's keep on going. I only read what's on the table, whatever cards come out. Your ex-lover's karmic is involved. We got ex-girlfriend. So, I'm sorry, is what? My ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, which is came out, ex-girlfriend, their karmic lover is involved. A light worker as seen on TV, light worker. So I'm the light worker as seen on TV. You do see me on your TV. YouTube. So this, your ex-lover's karmic lands on the next door neighbor. So the next door neighbor could be associated or connected to my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. They could be school or work associates, because ex-girlfriend is right next to school or work associate. Trying to blind me. Evidence was found that they were trying to blind me. That's where it's landing on the false advertisement. A brother not related. I just said her, do it again. Haunted. False advertisement, haunted. They could be lying, saying that I'm being haunted, that I'm haunted, that I'm stressed. Protected. I'm protected from this womb magic that they're doing. Or they being haunted. It's been made a public display. So these crazy energy vampires, they're all about to meet the coroner, and it's been made in public display. Yes, because I'm exposing them. They only get exposed when I pick up this card, because I'm done with the talking shit. When it comes to when they do stupid shit around me, I'm done talking shit about it. I'm going to let them do what they're going to do. I'll be mad quiet to myself. But when I feel the need to pick up this deck, these cards, and go on camera, the energy is going to let me know who's in my energy, who's really fucking playing in my energy. Do you understand? So upstairs neighbors could be doing something, but they could be just hiding. The people who are really doing it are hiding behind them. And I know that my upstairs neighbors are a bunch of puppets. They're being used. I hope that he know that. Because when everything comes down to it, the person that's going to get really fucked up in the game is going to be the upstairs neighbor, because they're the ones still doing it. They're the ones still showing that they're still fucking with me. If the next door neighbor is still fucking with me, he's showing he's into the public eye that he's not doing anything. He's having other people do it for him. You understand? If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? And the finger is going to be pointed the most at upstairs, because they're the ones that are the loudest. They're the ones doing the most. They're the ones being caught on camera. Do you understand? So they're the ones that's going to be the scapegoat, is the word that I'm looking for. Yeah, they running out of money. The next door neighbor and the ex-girlfriend and the ex-boyfriend is running out of money. Guilty pleasure. It was their guilty pleasure. Spirit is walking amongst us, collective. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, disintegration. Look at that. Right after spirit is walking amongst us. Correct, collective. Spirit is about to put an ending to these people. To the next door neighbor, to this ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, to this father energy, to this landlord, to this karmic family, to the next door neighbor, to the upstairs neighbors too, even though they're not on the table. Yeah, master key breaking. Somebody thought that they had the master key breaking. I'm protecting them from breaking in to my home or my fucking energy. Yeah, they no longer have their power or position. They're being demoted. They losing their power. Confirmation with the sirens. It said that's because, you know why they're losing their power and being demoted? It's because they're in childlike behavior. They need to act their age. Because they don't know how to be adults. They're over the age of 21 and they still acting like they fucking 5 in pre-K kindergarten. Yeah, they aging rapidly, so these people could be looking old. Somebody looking old. Traveling by sea. Somebody's trying to travel by the sea. Execution. This literally lands on the ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I heard pull again for traveling by the sea. Spirit is walking amongst us. There's about to be an execution. I heard move it over. Wow. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Imagine their own funeral and ending. You heard that, right? You hear as I'm interpreting to move it over. That's why. Because look, somebody's being put to an end. They in denial. I ain't got no more space. We're going to split the deck. They having a midlife crisis. They in their feeling. Oh, God. Let's put it on the top of these cards. They in their feelings. They having a midlife crisis. For unfulfilled goals, look, doing witchcraft. Spiritually organ harvesting. And they nervous. They nervous. Because it's the end of the road. Because of the game that they played. Split the deck. Yeah, they being humbled, collective. They put a policy insurance on me. Huh. But they being humbled. So they put a policy insurance on me and they was trying to take me out. Really? Oh, really? Really, really? Oh, really, really? You thought you was gonna spiritually, you thought you was gonna soul me? S-O-H. That's what I'm gonna call it. S-O-H. So you was sowing me? You was trying to soul me? You was spiritually organ harvesting for me? Is that so? You don't say so? Oh, God, let me stop. I be getting hyped sometimes. You're mad. This is somebody that's in next door neighbor, father energy. This is people that's older than me. This could be either mother. Let me find out. Because aging rapidly, this nigga next door don't look like he aging rapidly, to be honest. I'm not going to give him no fucking compliments because fuck that nigga, but he don't look like he's aging rapidly. So it might be his mama. That look like fucking... Let me fucking stop because don't get me started. I cannot get into it. Maybe this is the next door neighbor from the past. Maybe it's not present. Maybe it's past next door neighbor. Let's think about that. Let's talk about that. Maybe it's the past next door neighbor. My past next door neighbor will be my childhood. And from what I know, my past next door neighbor is in and out of the hospital. Because it's a female She's always in and out of the hospital. She's very sick. I think she had some fucking heart surgery not too long ago or something. But she's always having some type of heart surgery. She got something wrong with her heart. She's sick. The next door neighbor from my past. Like really sick. So if it's my next door neighbor from my past, that bitch is about to aging rapidly. She look old, and we're not the same age. She's maybe I don't know how older she is than me. To be honest with you, she's older than me, but I'm gonna say maybe about 5, 6, 7 years. And if there's more, maybe they might be a 10-year gap. Because she was a little bit older than me when she was playing with my hair. I'm not too sure how older she is than me, but next door neighbor from my past, it could be my next door neighbor from my past. Let's not get on my next door neighbor currently, even though I was having problems with them. But let's talk about the past. We can't rule out the past. So it could be past next door neighbor or current next door neighbor. And they both karmic families. So, but let's bring out my little pendulum real quick. My necklace that I'm using as a pendulum. Let's find out what next door neighbor is. Angels, ancestors, spirits of the divine white light, light attribute only. Please provide me with some insights. I'm holding it wrong. It's not going to swing properly. Ooh. A lot of people like to get their pendulum started. I like my pendulum starts alone because spirit is with me. I don't have to start it. It starts by itself. Is this current next door neighbor that is coming out on my table? This is saying no. Is this my past next door neighbor? It's saying yes. That will make sense. That's a past next door neighbor. Midlife crisis, unfulfilled goals because they didn't fulfill their goals. And they're trying to spiritually organ harvest with me because that chick is having heart. That chick is sick. She's always in and out the hospital. If they think that I don't know about her condition, I really do. She's always in and out the hospital. She got heart problems. She's sick. And look older than what she's supposed to. So, doing womb magic. Evidence found, trying to blind me, spirit walking among us. This ain't past next door neighbor. And my past next door neighbor the only next door neighbor that I had in my past that will be doing anything to me will be my next door neighbor from my old neighborhood. I really feel like saying her name, but we're not even gonna go there. And the reason why I know that this could be her, because her daughter one time reached out to me wanting to be spiritual. She was into arts and craft and creative like me, right? And then she even told me out her own mouth that her grandmother, which her grandmother's name is Valerie, V-A-L, Val, was telling her granddaughter, which is the granddaughter that I was talking to, which is the lady that my next door neighbor is her daughter. She was telling me that her grandmother was telling me that I'm somebody special, that I'm a special person. So they know about me. They knew about me. That family. Because the lady that I was cool with, she passed away. May she rest in peace. The grandmother Val, she passed away. I used to go visit her all the time. When everybody was out here chilling and all the kids was in the outside hallway, I would go inside the house and go check on her and see if she was okay. And she'd be like, hey, how you doing? I would always check on her. Always, all the time. Constantly. I didn't need to go over there and be hanging out with them. That lady was such a nice lady. I don't know if she did anything to me, but around that lady was a nice lady, and to me, I felt like they took advantage of that lady. They left that her daughter left her with her kids to take care of because her daughter is incompetent, couldn't take care of her kids. So her mother raised most of her kids. Anyway, so in their feelings, because they're having a midlife crisis because they're unfulfilled goals, doing witchcraft, trying to spiritually harvest from me. They're nervous because it's the end of the road because of the games they play. Crazy energy vampire, next door neighbor. That sounds like my past next door neighbor. This don't sound like a current next door neighbor. Aging rapidly. My next door neighbor not aging rapidly. I haven't seen this person's mother, but she looked the same. My next door neighbor that lives over here, she looked the same. Black don't crack. She looks fine. And the son, he looking like he's just aging, like maturing, like getting older in age. He's not aging rapidly. He don't look old neither. You know what I'm saying? So, because I be looking at these bitches. I look them in the face to see. Y'all look sick? Who's y'all that look sick? Who y'all? And it ain't nobody over here. There's one person over here that does look sick. But that's because she fucking drinks. And she's doing it to herself. And I really feel bad for her ass. But maybe she's getting karma because of what she fucking with me. But she don't fuck with me. She stopped fucking with me after. And we're not even going to bring her up. But so I don't think that has anything to do with current energy. Your next door neighbor, which would be past your ex-lover karmic. So my ex-lover from the past, from my area, would be, I guess he's an ex-lover. He was not a boyfriend. He was not an ex-boyfriend. I was never in a relationship with him. Would be cousin. And you know what's funny? I saw cousin related and I didn't pick it out. So it could be cousin related to the next door neighbor, and the cousin related to the next door neighbor is the guy that I had a fling with, would be called an ex-lover, and their ex-girlfriend. The only ex-girlfriend that I could think of is the one that's also sick. That was of church. She was a person of church, Pentecostal or something. Them people that wear the skirts. So she went from being a church person to being a slutty person to going back to church. I don't know. In one of her pictures, she has red hair. In the readings, it says that I warned somebody about an ex-person, and I did warn this person from my past that I used to mess with from my area. I did warn him about his ex-girlfriend that I think she was doing spell work on him and me. Confirmation with the sirens. God damn it. God forgive me. And then I realized that supposedly he used to love bomb me and tell me that he want to be with me and trying to reminisce from the past. And I used to be like, yeah. I wasn't paying him no fucking mind. I wasn't paying him no mind. He used to sit there trying to reminisce from the past. And I'm like, I would try to cut the conversation short. I find out that he was back in the state of New York City for a whole year, and then he didn't let me know. I'm supposed to be your friend. You're supposed to love me, right? Anyway. So I know it's this family. And then I was told by his niece. Oh, and let me get back to the story with the niece. So like I said, I was connecting with the niece. The next door neighbor, her daughter, she was talking to me through Facebook, trying to connect to me, trying to tap into her spirituality, ask for a reading and all that. And then she tells me that the guy that I was in a little fling with, that he sexually assaulted her, touched her. And mind you, this is her uncle, her cousin. I don't know what the relation. This would be her uncle. The cousin to her mother, I don't know if that's going to be an uncle or cousin. That would be a cousin, I guess. I don't know. I asked him, I said, I know him longer than her. She's younger than me. She's a kid to me. And I used to mess with him. Do you understand? So I asked him. I told him that's what his niece or his cousin said. His little cousin said. And then the chick want to come for me online. I go live. I'm talking about the situation, but I'm not giving no names. I was just amazed that I was put in a situation like that. So I started talking about it. And the girl want to fucking reveal herself. I didn't say no names, no nothing. But she wanted to be star of the show. So she wanted to let it know that she's the one that I was talking about. So you did it to yourself. You let everybody know that this is who I was talking about, stupid. And then she had to bring somebody else on the live, talk about it, I'm weird. No, bitch, you're weird, because what made you jump on the live in the first place to reveal who I'm talking about, because nobody even said your name, stupid. I'm just talking about a situation that I experienced. But you decided to jump on my live when I was on Facebook to expose yourself. So then what I did was I cut all of them off and I blocked all of them. And then the girl decided to fucking sit there and message me, talk about that I'm going to burn in hell, that she's going to come for me, that she's coming for me, that I'm going to burn in hell. Bitch, no. You're going to burn in hell for even thinking that you could threaten my life like that, little girl. Don't you got babies? You got babies. She got babies. She had kids. Don't you got babies? You sound a little psycho. So it could be the mother and her daughter. They look alike. And I think the daughter is called Val. It's called her grandmother's name, if I'm not mistaken. I think her name is, I think her middle name. She has the same name as her grandmother. I think her middle name is that one. She has two names. I think her middle name is the name of her grandmother. So I know it's this family. And then that everybody in that area, that in where I grew up at, there's a lot of people who lost their husbands, who have passed away, who have lost their sisters, people who have been passing away from cancer. There's this girl that used to always bump around all the time. I used to see her all the time in this area. And I have a feeling that maybe she was a part of it, because all of a sudden she passed away from cancer. And she was the closest one to me, that one that I grew up with, over there in my block. I used to always see her, not so close to me, but she was close around the area. I bumped into a lot of people from my block where I grew up at. Not in my area exactly. Maybe one or two people around here, which I found surprising, and a few people from school. But yeah. So I really have a feeling that this is about my past next door neighbor. I'm about to make cards that say past neighbor, current neighbor. I'm really about to get real specific with these cards. So I know when it comes out. I got upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor, next door neighbor. I'm going to put past neighbor, past work, past schoolmate, current schoolmate. Just in case anybody's in school, current workplace, past workplace. Even though I got a workplace and work and home community, past and current, but hey, some little extra ones in the deck won't hurt to be specific, more detailed. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Just smell me? Do you smell what the rock is cooking? So, and let's do the connection with the upstairs neighbor to my next door neighbor. Check this out. The old school friend from my block, that's a downstairs neighbor to me. This is the downstairs neighbor, which is the downstairs neighbor to me, which is the cousin And I'm talking about past home community, not current. So the downstairs neighbor from me that lived in the same row as me, but on the third floor, is the cousin to the next door neighbor from me that lived on the 6th floor, because I lived on the 6th floor, and they lived next to the elevator on the same side that I was. Because it's not going to be the next door neighbor next to me, because the next door neighbor next to me was an old lady, and that lady she passed away. She was already a little old. She was already old when I was young. I'm 43 years old. That lady is dead already. God forgive me, but I already know she passed away. So the only logical next door neighbor it would be the fucking bitch that's next to the elevator. And then my downstairs neighbor, incorrect. Downstairs neighbor, not from me, but the downstairs neighbor from her. She lived next to the elevator, and the cousin lived on the 3rd floor on the same row as her, is the one that told me about my upstairs neighbor. So the neighbor, my downstairs neighbor from the 3rd floor, is the one that messaged me and told me about my upstairs neighbor, that he's bugged out and he be on some fucking different type of drug. And that downstairs neighbor that told me about my upstairs neighbor in my current home community, the one that's fucking with me now, has been fucking with me for the past 6 years, there's the connection. And the downstairs neighbor that told me about my upstairs neighbor, my current upstairs neighbor, is the cousin to the next door neighbor from my past. They're cousins. Because my next door neighbor is half Puerto Rican and half black, but she looks straight like a morena. She looks straight black. You couldn't even tell that she was Hispanic. She looks straight black. And the downstairs neighbor, her cousin, they're Hispanic. Or Puerto Rican and black like me. Their grandmother, the downstairs neighbor, grandmother nickname, it was the same nickname as my grandmother. I want to make sure I get real specific so anybody watching that knows who I'm talking about. This person, this next door neighbor is about to pass away. No longer has their power or position demoted. Childlike behavior, accurate age, aging rapidly, execution, imagining their own funeral and ending, and they're in denial about it. And they're in their feelings because they're having midlife crisis, and they're nervous because it's the end of the road. They were out here trying to she was out here trying to spiritually organ harvest so she could live longer because she's sick. Oh, did I get it? Did I finally get it? I really feel like exposing her name on here. Her name starts with a J. And there was a lot of J's. You know what's funny? My upstairs neighbor starts with a J. My next door neighbor starts with a J. It's crazy how they wanted to cause a lot of confusion, right? And then they get the shit is they get the next door neighbor currently involved though. That's what's funny. Them niggas wanted to get involved as well. So it's not only past, but this got to do with my past. Look, they bind it to karma. These clowns that was trying to be dependent and clingy onto me. Dependent and clingy to these cursed and hexes that they were casting about on me. Again, these crazy and these thieves. In the community residence, I fucking swear to God, I'll tell you, that's bougie and fake. They see me now. That's crazy. And this shit, it kind of looked like the fucking block I grew up at. Well, it really don't, but it looked ghetto like that a little bit. So look, it's saying community residence. Confirmation with the sirens. I just heard my upstairs neighbors is hella nervous. I just cracked the code. I cracked the cake. I cracked it. I found out who exactly it was. I just heard, ah, fuck. Que jodienda. Oh, shit. I just heard I'm getting out of her energy. I'm getting out of her energy. Though you should. She can see me. I just heard that. She can hear me too? Oh, no, yo. That's crazy. I ain't fucking with y'all no more. This shit is getting too deep. This shit is getting too weird. She could fucking hear me. That nervousness right there moving, that's confirmation that I ain't bugging out on what I'm hearing. Let's keep on going. Let's see. I like my cards in that base, so let's see what they trying to say, what they hiding that I'm not hearing. Maybe it might be repeated messages. Maybe it might be some new cards. Let's see. What is it that we got jealous and envious. I compete with you and you don't even know it. I measure my worth by your progress. Silent rivalries. Comparison exposes theirs. So basically this is confirmation, midlife crisis, unfulfilled goals. So because of their unfulfilled goals, they're trying to compete with me. And I don't know it. What else? They think I don't know, but I could care less. Fake love and betrayal. I wanted you to depend on me. Every favor I did was a chain in disguise. Energy manipulation, emotional controller. You broke the dependency. They're powerless now. So yeah, they were trying to manipulate my energy. This could also be with this false flame. I'm getting something else with this. I wanted you to depend on me. This is somebody that wanted me to depend on them. This could be the false flame ex-lover. We got your power and protection. Your peace is my proof you won. I tried to destroy you. You found peace instead. Yes, I did. Peace is the loudest victory. Your silence is your protection. So they mad that I found some type of peace. And they can't cling on to my energy. They can't depend and cling on to my energy. They can't manipulate my energy. Because they're energy manipulators. You don't chase, you attract. I ran from you thinking I had power, but now I see spirit favored you all along. This is different energy that's coming out. Detachment created divine realignment. Walking away was your protection, not your loss. This is some different energy that's coming out here. This could be my ex-lover because I'm putting this on top of your ex-lover's ex-lover. So this could be the ex-lover energy that's coming out now. Somebody that wanted me to depend on them, rely on them. Be dependent and clingy on them. But I'm a whole light worker. I depend on my fucking self. The fuck? Karma exposure. My lies are catching up to me. Every story I told about you is circling back with proof. So every time every lie that they said is coming back to bite them in their ass. They being exposed. Their reputation reversal, so they losing their reputation because the truth wins. This land right on top of karma exposed. You shine too bright. I can't stand how easily you make strength look. So they mad that I make my strength. So they mad that I make my struggle look good, basically. I don't look like what I've been through. Jealousy disguised as critic. Your confidence burns through their envy. This is in the community residence. So people are mad that I don't look like what I've been through. That I don't look battered and abused, used and abused. Why would I? I'm not a toxic person, nor do I put toxic shit in my body. The only thing, if you want to call it toxic marijuana, that's about the only thing that I fucking put in my body. I used to drink. I used to pop pills like, what I used to take? I used to take Molly. Because I used to like how it would make me feel. It used to like, I don't know, uplift. I used to feel like uplifted, happy. It made me feel happy, to be honest with you. That's how the Molly used to make me feel. I used to be on the only high vibe. I was happy, lifted. That's why I liked it. It made me in a good mood, and I was always depressed. So that's why I got addicted to that. When I used to take it, I got addicted to that fast because I was always depressed and angry, and that shit made me feel so happy back then. Ooh, when I used to take it, I used to call them things. Yeah, but then it started getting me sick. So once something starts getting me sick, I don't do it no more. The liquor started making me nauseous, start throwing up. I don't like throwing up, so I stopped drinking. The fucking Molly started making me nauseous. I stopped doing them shits, and I never really took any other drug. I think I tried the ecstasy. It didn't do nothing to me, and if it didn't do nothing to me, I didn't take it again. And I don't pop any pills. I'm not a pill popper. I can't even take vitamin pills because that I can't do it. So that's why I do my shit naturally. By food, teas, and herbs. Fuck a pill. No. I don't like needles. I would never shoot up. I can't stand needles. I would never put a needle in my body. Oh, no. No. Not on my body. Not on my body. I couldn't even see a nurse. The nurse take my blood, I would look away. So me tying myself, arm up and sticking a needle in myself to get high, I don't think so. Sorry. And you don't see me dope fiend leaning. So, anyway, let's finish. You moved on without me. I was rooting for your failure, so you'd need me again. This is somebody that... Alright. The only person that I could be thinking of that this could be the energy that's picking up with this ex-lover would be the person that I had a fling with from my past. I used to call on him, tell him my stories, tell him my bad relationships, all that shit. He was the person that I called on back in the day. And we would stay on the phone for hours. When I say hours, hours. Lord have mercy. Shit. Stay on the phone for hours, future planning. If you're not with anybody and I'm not with anybody, we're going to marry each other. Okay, yeah, no. That was little kid mind thinking. Maybe that was he's my karmic soulmate. The person from my past. No. He probably was a soulmate, but not anymore. Last card that I'm taking. I pretended to pray for you. I hid curses inside fake prayers. Wow, really? False spiritual friend energy. False spiritual friend energy. Spirit heard what they didn't say out loud, collective. Which was, I'm watching you to win. Anyway, I'm watching you to win anyway. I can't stop what's destined for you. Unstoppable blessings. Tables have turned. Yeah, they were trying to stop what was meant for me. They in denial. I tried to steal your destiny. I split the deck. Yeah. Wow. I tried to steal your destiny. I mimicked your calling, hoping to walk in your shoes. Spiritual identity theft. Their fake crown is crumbling, collective. There's about to be an execution. Wow. I split the deck again. I copied you and called it inspiration. I took your ideas, your style, your words, and then acted like I made it up. Creative thief. Intuition out of imitation, out of envy. They can't duplicate divine authenticity. I split the deck again. Your boundaries offend me. I can't use you anymore, and that's killing me. Resentment from those who lost access. Stand firm. You owe no one your peace. Yeah, they in denial that they can't. They don't have no access to me no more. Because they was fake from the beginning. Because they wanted my life without my lessons. I want your life without your lessons. I crave your glow, but not the grind. You survived for it. Jealous souls want the results, not the scars. Spirit reminds me that envy, that reminds you that they envy what they could never endure. So yeah, they envy what they could never go through. They couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. They couldn't go through what I go through or went through. I went through domestic violence. A motherfucker beating me, saying that they love me. I went through my son being removed and taken from me because of that domestic violence relationship. I dealt with a narcissistic mother that threw me to the fucking wolves and said, fend for my motherfucking self. I deal with people that don't pick up that phone to call me. To see if I'm okay. Still to this day. A son that doesn't communicate with me. Maybe it's due to spell work. Most likely. Maybe God is keeping them away from my energy for their protection. Most likely. That's how I'm taking it. There's a lot of emotional shit that I should be going through and being... My family was stripped from me. I literally have no family to call out for help like that. I have no friends to call out for help like that. Maybe one. One or two. Okay? Do you see me miserable? Maybe before I was depressed, sad, and angry because I felt lonely, alone, like I had nobody. But then I realized I didn't need nobody. I got my fucking self. I cracked myself up. I'm a funny ass bitch. I have my cats to communicate with me. I talk to my cats. My cats are funny. I like TV, so I have certain TV shows that I watch. I keep myself entertained. I'm okay with sitting by myself alone. I've had a long time alone in isolation by myself with people turning their backs on me. You think I give a fuck anymore? Nah, I don't. It's just me, myself, and my cats. That's what I got in the end. That's what I found out. Me, my cats, and God. Here we go, here we go. Oh, hold on, remix. It's just me, my cats, and God is what I got in the end. That's what I found out, remix. Because I found out that I can be my own best friend. Yes. I'm my own best friend to the end. It's called loving your fucking self. That's what that means. I learned to love myself more. I learned to have more confidence in myself because I was an insecure person. I never really gave a fuck what people think, and I damn sure don't. I really don't care. If I never really gave a fuck what people think back then, honestly, to a point, I did and I didn't. I had a mouth on me. I was still very courageous. Back then, I would approach you even if you was a nigga. Yes, I was fighting niggas when I was young. I was not scared of a motherfucker that had a dick between his legs and was more stronger than me. I was going to put my hands on you if you did something, if you was doing anything stupid to me. Yes. I fought back. Motherfucker used to smack me in my ass, disrespect me. Because that's how I took it. And I used to chase them. I used to be a fast runner. For me to be a heavy set girl, I was a heavy set girl back then. I was a big girl back then. But for me to be a big girl, I was fast. Fast. Ooh, when I tell you I was fast runner, I was fast. And these niggas was fast because they used to play football on the block. You know how you watch the guys outside play football? I used to watch them. Yeah. So some of these guys used to run fast, but I used to catch them sometimes in a sticky situation. They in a sticky situation because they was cold-hearted. They can't avoid the truth. They being humiliated because they didn't listen. In one ear, out the other. Their prayers are falling on deaf ears. Somebody snitched on them. Somebody snitched on this wild witch. Somebody snitched on this wild witch collective. Is what I don't see. Something I don't see. Aunt related not to me. You know what's funny? I had a dream about the next door neighbors. My past next door neighbors. Aunt. Her name also starts with a J. I had a dream of her. And in my dream, it was her, and then it was somebody else that was next to her. And the other person that was next to her, the face did not want to appear in my dream. But her face appeared in my dream. And in my dream, I wasn't an adult. In my dream, I was a kid. And I ran up to her, and I stopped her from walking, and I crossed my arms like that. And I said, I know what you're doing, or I know what you did. And then I woke up, being liberated from these spiritual spies. Hey, Tro. Because it was a failed mission. Archangel protection. They was putting me in the freezer. That's why I was cold those last couple of days. And it was night. It was hot outside. The last couple of nice spring days. It was nice outside, hot. And I was in my house cold. They want a revenge. They're about to get raided. Because they're committing fraud. And they out here trying to attack my chakras. And there's an illusion that's being put on them. And they're clueless that they're being destroyed. Because they had me in some type of competition. The Hunger Games. They were trying to take me out. Take my life. Now they're being haunted. They were lying on me. To try to sabotage me. A fatal sabotage. They ungodly. Feeling like sour apples. Somebody in jail. Who's in jail that's related to them? Their nephew. Her nephew is in jail. He's a rapper. He's a singer. So he was trying to have a come up. His career in jail. If he's involved, because it did say somebody was in jail, a masculine energy, and the only masculine energy that I know that's in jail, that's been in jail for a long time, a very long time, is the next door neighbor from my past, her nephew. Look, childhood energy, from the childhood energy snakes. Having a lot of animosity. A bunch of peeping Toms. Attack me out of spite. Trying to deny allegations and claims. They lacking common sense. Tragic endings happening, and the informant plan failed. So whoever their informants were, their plans failed. They were out here doing jar spells and womb magic. Someone feels like their heart is being torn out. I'm telling you, this is somebody that has heart problems. They having sleepless nights and restless days. Because the dark don't want anything to do with them. They trying to say that I pay for play, that I'm an easy lay. Trying energy distortion. Yeah, they're about to be taking out their misery. They got, they got health issues. What I just said. They breath stank from all the lies that they told. Or for a social status. They overstep their boundaries. And they're about to be taking out their misery. Another indictment charge is piling up. Death becomes them. Look at that. Health issues, death becomes them. I'm done pulling. Because now it's guilty pleasure. They lost grip of reality. Because now it's just getting specific. They wanted to join the hate crowd. And now they lost all respect. People lost respect for this person. In due time, everything will be fine. The people got tangled up in the situation. Doing hydromancy, water magic. They're lame. And they're terrified. The one-trick pony ran out of tricks and now they're sick. Because they were doing too much. Ooh, they were doing too much. And they're having an undesired outcome. Wow, they locked up behind bars. Wow, I just finished saying something like that and it came out. Wow. 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 Current homework community. Ex-friend. That got no lives. Did something overboard. And is getting rejected. Because they were so desperate to win. They got to vacate the premises. Thought that they could make me vulnerable, but they getting bad news. They're remote viewing me. They watching me right now. Hey, boo. How you doing? And they feeling lonely. And they just left. They doing divination. The accuser is always the accusee. And they collaborated with others to do this. They're a bunch of drunks. Trying to cause me an eviction. They scheming. Trying to cause me an eviction. So somebody is in my current work home. Somebody lives in my current work home community that's trying to cause me an eviction. Doing something overboard. A kid could have ran away. This keeps coming out. And somebody has an underlying illness. The snakes. That they broke into the wrong spiritual house. You can try to tap into my crown all you want. You all fall down because that came out. You can try to attack my crown all you want, but you still going to lose. The informant plan failed. You don't got no magic. You don't got no power over here. You lacking common sense. Attacking me out of spite. Lacking common sense, attacking me out of spite. because you have animosity. You're mad in your feelings because you got busted. You got exposed. Your secret got exposed. Look, wow. Secret got exposed. Mask have cracked and falling off this hidden enemy because you're no longer a hidden enemy. You don't like that I'm at peace. Not my problem. The actions taken against me will have you in great regret. Yeah. In October, this month, we in October. Bunch of idiots. SA, sexual abuse. The lies are unfolding. Some lies are unfolding about some sexual abuse. Stuck in a rut for being a spiritual slut. A karmic man. Mother related. A karmic man and their mother related. They did something for the money. They wanted to show. Shit's about to get ready because it's about to blow. Because they broke all types of laws. In September, a bunch of lowlives. From my past work and home community, I swear to God. They try to set me up for money fraud. And they try to contain my gifts. Confirmation, nose itching. Old hags. Abuser. Old hag abusers. That's getting shunned out of a family, an organization, a covenant clique, a karmic woman that has unhealed trauma. That was the fire starter. Look at that. I'm telling you. The devil is sick for being a prick playing dumbass tricks. They being recorded. Having temper tantrums, stomping, jumping, acting a damn fool, losing their cool. Yeah, this false prophet that was ignorant and they didn't come correct in my energy, they shouldn't have came at all. Somebody's father's side of the family, that's a false prophet. They in the shadows. Trying to take me out in my sleep, unalive me in my sleep. Ooh. Trying to enslave my soul. Family abuse. Uncle Tom energy. Someone's getting their hands put on them. In October. This shallow how that got no more pals. Because they were ignorant. Collective, I'm going to get out of here. Somebody's feeling depleted, anorexic, and malnourished. That next door neighbor from my past, that's exactly how she looks. Depleted, anorexic, and malnourished. Because they try to contain my gifts. And they try to set me up for money fraud. And they did it for the money. They wanted to show it. It's about to get blown up in their face. A karmic man. Past events happened in the past. This is from whatever they did. Something that a karmic man did in the past. They needed to grow up. Collective, that is all she wrote. And I'm done tapping into my energy. I gotta wash these dishes. I didn't realize it was 1:30 going on 1:30. I have to wash these dishes. I really don't want to, but I have to. So I'm gonna get out of here. And I'll probably come back tomorrow with a reading, do a collective reading. But this was my energy reading, and I'm exposing the motherfucking fools that's in my energy. And I'm guessing past community is coming up. The upstairs neighbors motherfuckers didn't come up, but there's a connection to the upstairs neighbor and my past. So that's the connection. Everybody's some way, somehow connected, some way, somehow. I'm telling you. There's a connection to my current next door neighbor, to my cousin, my blood cousin family, and then you got the upstairs neighbors that's connected to my past home community. So there's a lot of connecting the dots and connections going on here, and connecting and connecting and connecting and connecting. Everybody seems to be motherfucking connected. They need to disconnect from my ass. Okay, leave me the fuck alone. They could stay connected, but they need to disconnect from me. I don't want that connection. I'm good. Leave a message at the beep. Don't call me. You're gonna hear the dial tone. Like, don't send me to this invitation. I don't want the connections. I'm good. My past is my past, and that means family and friends, or so-called friends, because they were never really fucking friends in the first place. So, collective, peace out. I'll see y'all till mañana, and enjoy the rest of your night.